This song. Caitanya-caritamrita first. Yes, thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Baba Giridhari Gopi Jana Baba Giridhari Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, today we have a new song. There are so many songs. So, if we only do one a week, it'll take quite a while to get through them all, even once. So this is a song that was written and sung by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, one of our very big previous acharyas. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote many songs. He wrote different groups of songs, different kinds of songs. Some of them were songs that to help us who are trying to become Krishna conscious to understand the mood that we should have in becoming Krishna conscious. And other songs were just about the Sankirtan movement itself. Other songs were written from the point of view of the pure devotees, the perfected, liberated souls, and their mood in relationship to Krishna, like that. So this one here is more on our level. Oi Vaishnava Thakur. Vaishnava means a devotee of Krishna or Vishnu, and Thakur is it actually means like the good is God. That means God's representative, like that. Oi Vaishnava. And this is a mood of a devotee calling out for a Vaishnava to help him or help her in so many ways, glorifying the Vaishnava and also asking for help to become Krishna conscious. Okay, so let's see. So I'll sing. I guess I'll sing the first two lines, or first three lines. Always the first line. So I'll read the first two lines, and you can repeat, and the second two lines, and I'll read the second two lines, and you repeat. And there's like 4 verses like this. Oe Vaishnava Thakura Doya Sagara Edase Koruna Kori. Oe Vaishnava Thakura Doya Sagara Edase Koruna Kori. Diya Parachaya Shoreya Maya Tomara Charana Dori. Jaya Vega Domi, Jaya Dosha Shodi, Jaya Guna Deho Dase. Jaya Vega Domi, Jaya Dosha Shodi, Jaya Guna Deho Dase. Jaya Satsanga, Deyo Eyamare, Moshe Sangera Ashe. Jaya Satsanga. Ekaki Amara Nahipaya Bala Harinam Sankirtane. Tumikripa Kori Shradabindu Diya Deho Krishna Namadane. Tumikripa Kori Shradabindu Diya Deho Krishna Namadane. Krishna se Tomara, Krishna dite Paro, Tomara Sakati Ache. Krishna se Tomara, Krishna dite Paro, Tomara Sakati Ache. Amito Gangala, Krishna Krishna Bole, Daitava Pache Pache. Amito Gangala, Krishna Krishna Bole, Daitava Pache Pache. Okay, this is the translation. O venerable Vaishnava, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet. Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association. I do not find the strength to carry on alone the Sankirtan of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just 1 drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna. Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply running behind you, shouting, Krishna, Krishna. So, this song has a lot of meaning, but just one, here. So, just quickly, because we go on to this Caitanya-caritamrita after this. So teach me to control my 6 passions. I think lust, anger, greed, avarice, I'm not actually sure that all 6 of them, but lust, anger, greed, and similar other ones like that. These are considered the 6 passions. Rectify my 6 faults. So these actually refer to, if you read the Nectar of Instruction, which will eventually come up in our Bhakti Shastra course whenever we get to it, we'll discuss these. So the 6 faults. So in the Upadeshamrita, there are 6 activities, or 6 activities, or 6 situations that will destroy one's spiritual life if we get entangled in them. The Sanskrit verse is Atyahara prayasyascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangaschalo yangsha shadbir bhaktir vinashati. One's devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. These are the faults that are referred to in the song. Eating more than necessary, or collecting more funds than required. 2, over-endeavoring for mundane things that are very difficult to obtain. 3, talking unnecessarily about mundane subject matters. 4, practicing the scriptural rules and regulations only for the sake of following them and not for the sake of spiritual advancement, or rejecting the rules and regulations of the scriptures and working independently or whimsically. Okay. Number 5, associating with worldly-minded persons who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. And 6, being greedy for mundane achievements. So these are the 6 faults that we're asking the Vaishnava, please rectify, help me to become free from these, because they'll destroy my spiritual life. Bestow upon me the 6 qualities. So then there are, that refers to the 6 activities which are favorable for advancing in spiritual life. So we have 6 that we want to avoid, and we have 6 that we should try to do more of. Utsahan nishya dharyat tat karma pravartanat sangachagat sato vritte shadvir bhakti prasidhyati. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. Being enthusiastic, utsaha. Endeavoring with confidence. 3 is being patient. 4 is acting according to the regulative principles, such as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. Those are also regulative principles that we do. 5, abandoning the association of non-devotees. And 6, following in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. These 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy association. So that's the next verse here. Dadati pratigrinati guyam akyati prichati bhukte bojayate chaiva sadvidam priti lakshanam. These are 6 ways of association, loving exchanges, the same thing. Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts. revealing one's mind in confidence and inquiring confidentially. Accepting prasad, that's an easy one, and offering prasad are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. So these are all these 6 kinds of holy association referred to in this particular song. And of course, by doing all that, then we develop a real taste for the chanting of the holy names, and we become Krishna conscious. So let's go on to the Caitanya-caritamrita. Actually, Caitanya-caritamrita is not here. I don't have this first volume, so I'm reading from this. We're continuing on. We're still in Adi Leela, first chapter. I think we're on for text number 49. To those who are constantly Teshtang Satata Yuktanang Bhajatang Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddha Yogang Tang Yenamang Upayanti Te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding of which they can come to me. Purport. This verse of the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 10, clearly states how Govinda Dev instructs his bona fide devotees. The Lord declares that by enlightenment in theistic knowledge, he awards attachment for him to those who constantly engage in his transcendental loving service. This actually goes right along with those Srimad Bhagavatam verses we quoted yesterday. It's the 6 verses. But this is the verse of Bhagavad Gita, the same principle. This awakening of divine consciousness enthralls a devotee who thus relishes his eternal transcendental mellow. Such an awakening is awarded only to those convinced by devotional service about the transcendental nature of the personality of Godhead. They know that the supreme truth, the all-spiritual and all-powerful person, is one without a second, and has fully transcendental senses. He is the fountainhead of all emanations. Such pure devotees, always merged in knowledge of Krishna and absorbed in Krishna consciousness, exchange thoughts and realizations as great scientists exchange their views and discuss the results of the research in scientific academies. Such exchanges of thoughts in regard to Krishna give pleasure to the Lord, who therefore favors such devotees with all enlightenment. So Krishna is actually very pleased that we are doing what we're doing right here. We're hearing about Krishna, we're speaking about Krishna, we're discussing Krishna, we're trying to understand Krishna. It says right here, Krishna is very pleased with that endeavor. And because he's very pleased, then he helps us to make nice spiritual advancement. So it's actually not difficult to please Krishna, is it? We chant Hare Krishna, we talk about Krishna, we hear about Krishna, we have discussions and try to get a better understanding of Krishna. And because Krishna is the Supreme Lord, then that's all good. Now, if we tried to do the same thing with some ordinary mundane person, it would be they may appreciate it, maybe, but it wouldn't help us with our spiritual advancement. But if we have this attitude about Krishna, and Krishna is knowledge about Krishna, then he becomes very pleased. Okay, going on. Yatha Brahmane Bhagavan Swayam Upadishan Bhavitam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, taught Brahma and made him self-realized. Purport. The English maxim that God helps those who help themselves is also applicable in the transcendental realm. There are many instances in the revealed scriptures of the personality of Godhead's acting as a spiritual master from within, Supersoul. The personality of Godhead was a spiritual master who instructed Brahma, the original living being, in the cosmic creation. When Brahma was first created, he could not apply his creative energy to arrange the cosmic situation. At first, there was only sound, vibrating the word tapa, which indicates the acceptance of hardships for spiritual realization. Refraining from sensual enjoyment, one should voluntarily accept all sorts of difficulties for spiritual realization. This is called tapasya. An enjoyer of the senses can never realize God, godliness, or the science of theistic knowledge. The enjoyer of the senses can never realize God, godliness, or the science of theistic knowledge. Thus, when Brahma, initiated by Sri Krishna by the sound vibration tapa, engaged himself in acts of austerity by the pleasure of Vishnu, he was able to visualize this transcendental world, Sri Vaikuntha, through transcendental realization. Modern science can communicate using material discoveries such as radio, television, and computers, but the science invoked by the austerities of Sri Brahma, the original father of mankind, was still more subtle. In time, material scientists may also know how we can communicate with the Vaikuntha world. This may. Lord Brahma inquired about the potency of the Supreme Lord, and the personality of God had answered his inquiry in the following 6 consecutive statements. These instructions, which are reproduced from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 9th chapter, 31st to 36th verses, were imparted by the personality of Godhead acting as the supreme spiritual master. Okay, so these next 6 verses are Srimad Bhagavatam verses they're quoted in Caitanya-caritamrita. Janang parama gyuyang me yad vijana samanvitam sarahasyang tarangang cha Caitanya-caritamrita maya. Please hear attentively what I shall speak to you, for transcendental knowledge about me is not only scientific, but also full of mysteries. Purport. Transcendental knowledge of Sri Krishna is deeper than the impersonal knowledge of Brahman, for it includes knowledge of not only his form and personality, but also everything else related to him. There is nothing in existence not related to Sri Krishna. In a sense, there is nothing but Sri Krishna, and yet nothing is Sri Krishna, save and except his primeval personality. This knowledge constitutes a complete transcendental science, and Vishnu once wanted to give Brahmaji full knowledge about that science. The mystery of this knowledge culminates in personal attachment to the Lord, with a resulting effect of detachment from anything non-Krishna.
Is that Prabhupada who wrote that?
Huh?
Who wrote it?
Srila Prabhupada. This is his purport.
Prabhupada.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is his purport to the verse that we just read. There are 9 alternative transcendental means of attaining this stage: hearing, chanting, remembering, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, worshiping, praying, assisting, fraternizing, becoming the friend of the Lord, and sacrificing everything for Him. There are different parts of the same. These are different parts of the same devotional service, which is full of transcendental mystery. The Lord said to Brahma that since He was pleased with him by His grace, Krishna's grace, the mystery was being revealed. Yavanahang yata bhavo yad rupe guna karma kaha tataiva tattva vijnanam astu te mad anugrahat. Jai Shri Gauratai, Shri Radha, Vrajavihari, Jagannath, Balaram, Lady Subhadra, Govinda Shingare, Prahlad Maharaj ki. Quote, the verse is, by my causeless mercy, be enlightened in truth about my personality, manifestations, qualities, and pastimes. Purport. The transcendental personal forms of the Lord are a mystery, and the symptoms of these forms, which are absolutely different from anything made of mundane elements, are also mysterious. The innumerable forms of the Lord, such as Shamasundar, Narayan, Rama, and Gaurasundar, the colors of these forms, white, red, yellow, cloud-like Sham, and others, his qualities as the responsive personality of Godhead to pure devotees and as impersonal Brahman to dry speculators. His uncommon activities like lifting Govardhan Hill, marrying more than 16,000 queens at Dwarka, and entering the Rasa dance with the damsels of Braja, expanding himself in as many forms as there were damsels in the dance. These and innumerable other uncommon acts and attributes are all mysteries, one aspect of which is presented in the scientific knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, which is read and adored all over the world by all classes of scholars, with as many interpretations as there are empiric philosophers. Not supposed to be so many interpretations, but there are. The truth of these mysteries was revealed to Brahma by the descending process, without the help of the ascending one. We were talking the other day about two ways of getting knowledge. Here it says ascending and descending. Then we said inductive and deductive. So ascending is the same thing as inductive. You gather knowledge with your imperfect senses. You try to build things up. You write books. You analyze. You try to figure and build on your knowledge. That's inductive knowledge or ascending knowledge. And then there's descending knowledge, which is the same as deductive knowledge, where we just take the knowledge directly from God or God's representatives and accept it as it is. Okay. The Lord's mercy descends to a devotee like Brahma, and through Brahma to Narada, from Narada to Vyasa, from Vyasadeva to Sukadeva, and so on in the bona fide chain of disciplic succession. We cannot discover the mysteries of the Lord by our mundane endeavors. They're only revealed by His grace, Krishna's grace, to the proper devotees. These mysteries are gradually disclosed to the various grades of devotees in proportion to the gradual development of their service attitude. In other words, impersonalists who depend upon the strength of their poor fund of knowledge and morbid speculative habits without submission and service in the form of hearing, chanting, and others mentioned above, cannot penetrate to the mysterious region of transcendence where the supreme truth is a transcendental person, free from all tinges of material elements. Discovering the mystery of the Lord discovering the mystery of the Lord eliminates the impersonal feature realized by common spiritualists who are merely trying to enter the spiritual region from the mundane platform. Okay. And then I can go on, but I want to make sure I don't go over time here. At this point, any questions? Oh, Caitanya-caritamrita. Well, I mean, the verses from there. Oh, microphone.
Association.
Yeah.
And he mentioned it is to give charitable gifts, to accept charitable gifts, and to give prasadam, receive prasadam, and fifth and sixth is to
reveal your mind in confidence and then to inquire confidentially.
What is it about?
Confidential discussion. Just like sometimes after the class, you come up with another question, and then you come and ask the question. You're inquiring confidentially, and I'm speaking. It's not going all over the world like that. So, it's a natural part of it's a natural part of spiritual life. I mean, it's actually a natural part of any life. There's people talk with each other, with friends and like that, right?
With sincere interaction.
Interaction, yeah. But so in spiritual life, if you have those kind of discussions, you're just you may ask someone, I'm having this particular, I'm practicing spiritual life. I'm having this particular struggle. You may say, for example. And you ask probably someone who's senior to you, because you're looking for somebody who's got some wisdom, life experience in this particular area. And you say, I'm having this problem, I'm having this anxiety, I'm dealing with something in my life, how do I go on with my spiritual life because in this circumstance, something like that. It's an example. And that's inquiring confidentially. And of course, then you're getting a reply that is to you. It's not necessarily a reply that you would give a general rule for everyone. It's a personal exchange. You have a personal question, your own personal life situation in terms of practicing Krishna consciousness, and then who you're going to is sharing their level, their realizations according to their ability to you, realizations and personal experiences of maybe some similar situation that they've passed through and have gone forward. So that's confidential inquiry and confidential hearing confidentially, And then of course the other thing is, as you advance in spiritual life, then others will come to you sometimes oh, you're doing so nicely here. You seem to be so happy. I'm having a hard time getting started with this. Can you tell me something? And you say, yeah, just chant Hare Krishna and eat plenty of maha sweets and whatever like that. And whatever understanding you have at that point that's brought you to whatever point you're at. If someone is inquiring from you, then you're taking the position of responding confidentially.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are the 6 contra?
Like I could not name all of them. Lust, anger, greed. I'm actually forgetting what the other ones are. Lust, anger, and greed. Envy probably would be included. Yes. Lust, anger, greed, envy.
Gluttony?
Huh?
Gluttony?
I don't remember that one as one. That probably gluttony probably comes more under the greed category, right? I think. I'll look that up. I don't remember the other two.
Every tradition has a different list.
Yeah. Well, we've got a specific list. That some of them don't come to my mind at the moment. Microphone. Speak up close to the microphone.
So you mentioned as we progress in our devotional service, and we can listen to the super soul, the Paramatma. So Krishna will be talking from the inside.
Yes, he's giving us knowledge from within.
How can you recognize that?
Oh, well, yes, we may not know for sure that it's Krishna. Of course, if you're saying, well, Krishna just told me to spend the afternoon lying on the beach and not doing anything. It'll be good for your spiritual life. Now, did Krishna actually tell you that, or was that your mind telling you that? Probably it was your mind. But if you're thinking, but on the other hand, if you're thinking, well, should I spend the whole day lying out on the beach in the hot sun, getting a nice tan like that? Should I do that, or should I spend my time chanting Hare Krishna, or cleaning the temple, or helping the Krishna's offering or something? Should I do this or should I do that? And then you feel like, oh yeah, I should probably be better here, like that. Then you can be pretty sure that Krishna was giving you the intelligence from within that that's what you should be doing. And general rule is if we think that Krishna is telling us something, because so many times people say, "Oh, I had a dream last night, and God told me this. God instructed me in this way. God told me to go out and kill somebody because they didn't believe in Him." Or something. There are a lot of ideas out there. So if what comes to the mind, if it's not supported by Scripture and not supported by spiritual master, then it's probably your mind. And that's why we say, and there are 3. There's Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. Sadhu. Yeah. Sadhu means like the previous acharyas and also others who are actually following, just like Srila Prabhupada would be acharya, big acharya, guru, or even if we're not initiated by Srila Prabhupada, he is the we call it the preeminent Shiksha Guru of everyone in ISKCON from now and ongoing. And some of us are initiated also by Srila Prabhupada, but everyone is Shiksha disciple of Srila Prabhupada if we're in ISKCON. So we have Guru, and then of course you can have your own Guru be initiated in ISKCON, and you also have Guru, in which case Srila Prabhupada would probably be more referred to as a one of the sadhus who have handed this knowledge down. And then, of course, Shastra. Shastra is the scriptures, the written scriptures. And they have to agree. That's the point. So if Guru is teaching something that's against Shastra, there's a problem. Because Guru has to repeat what the Shastra says. Right? If Shastra says you have to follow these 4 regular principles, no eating meat, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, and then Guru comes along, or someone's in that claiming to be Guru comes along and says, well, you're my disciple, it's Kali Yuga, so maybe you don't have to follow all 4 of those principles, then there's a problem. So Guru has to agree, I mean, it's happened, actually. It's happened. These kind of things have tried to, but because Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. So if Guru is teaching something opposed to Shastra, the Shastra is always right, because that definitely comes from Krishna, straight. And if someone is functioning in the position of the Guru, or has a title of the Guru, he's known as Guru, but he's teaching something which is against Shastra, then there's a problem. And also the Guru also doesn't teach anything different than the previous acharyas, the disciplic succession, who was handed it down from Krishna. To be clear on that, there are, just like Srila Bhaktisiddhanta stated to his disciples, that if you cannot chant 64 rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra daily, you are very fallen. So, and he required it, at least for those who were maybe not out preaching all day. I'm not sure. I wasn't there, so. But that was his position. And Srila Prabhupada, although he tried engaging us in chanting 64 rounds, but we struggled to get through 8 or 16, right? So Srila Prabhupada saw in the Western countries it's a challenge. So he didn't push that. But so you say, so here's one Guru and there's a previous Guru saying things different. Yeah, but so there's what's called general principles, and there's details. So there's general principle for one practicing Krishna consciousness is that you have to chant some regulated or minimum regulated amount of Hare Krishna mantra, japa on your beads. Some amount. Now, but the specific amount or the minimum amount that you would be asked to chant is set by your acharya. So in ISKCON, that would be Srila Prabhupada. So his minimum was 16 rounds for us. We could always chant more. You could chant 192 rounds a day like Haridas Thakur. If you have a taste, you can do it. But Srila Prabhupada gave minimum 16 rounds. Whereas someone else previously, with maybe in India, that other situation, those acharyas may have said, all my disciples, you chant 64 rounds, or you chant 128 rounds. It's possible. So there's a detail. The principle is chanting Hare Krishna, and more specifically, chanting Hare Krishna some amount of minimum chanting every day. And what that minimum amount is, the liberated acharyas, the big acharyas, they will set that. So sometimes something is, there may not be an exact agreement between one guru and another on something, but if it's a detail like that, then it doesn't matter. If it's a general principle, someone says you don't have to chant Hare Krishna anymore, we're too modern for that now, then there's a problem. You can't cut out chanting Hare Krishna.
I
I
have a
think,
question.
okay.
I've noticed that
He's speaking to the microphone so that was good.
Dasa Goswami is the guru to many devotees. And I'm wondering,
Who's?
Hridayananda
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Dasa Goswami
Yes, he has many
is
disciples.
a guru to many devotees.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, is there someone higher than he in the organization in India? Is there a kind of successor to Prabhupada?
There is, in ISKCON, there is no, we don't have, and Srila didn't want, an acharya, he said to us, to his disciples at the time, that no one of you is qualified to take over this movement. In other words, he said, you work together, GBC, the Buddha's cooperation. In fact, he said, your love for me will be tested by how well you cooperate with each other in carrying on this mission. Like that. So there is none, and there should be no other big acharya that does what Srila Prabhupada did. He's a founder acharya, and although there are and will be more and more spiritual masters, we are simply trying to follow what Srila Prabhupada taught, and there's not to be any other big acharyas within ISKCON like that. Okay, I think I'm over time here. So we'll end here for now. Till tomorrow. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.